What's good, everybody, and welcome back to the channel for another episode of our Oakland Athletics franchise here on MLB The Show 23. Now, thick in the middle of May, we will be having a prospect-focused episode, and to start off, we will be taking a look at the drafts. And for those new to the channel, I do have a big board Google Sheets in the link of the description of every video. Big board's not very big right now. I've been mostly focusing on the top end players. I need to flesh out a lot of the second and third and fourth round, but in the first round, William Ma is the #1 overall prospect, and he looks really good, particularly with contact hitting, plate skills, fielding and reaction look good. His arm strength and accuracy are going to be a problem for him. He's a righty bat. We have a lot of those. That's kind of my one hesitancy, is his arm and his being a righty bat. And then there's another really, last year our Discovery Scout got Alex Angeles for us. This year Daryl Kohler looks to be another impact player. Contact looks great, vision and discipline look great, fielding, arm strength, reaction all look great, and then arm accuracy and power are not in terrible spots either. This kind of looks like a guy who's got everything but speed. And then my favorite pitcher that I've seen so far is Corey Hatfield at 18 years old, righty pitcher. Walks and home runs per 9 are in a good spot. Velocity will be in the low 80s. And so those are kind of my three first round potential targets. Starting here with the second round, our scouts really like Merrill Mitchie here. I don't see it. Strikeouts per 9 are really the only thing that projects to be very good with Merrill Mitchie. So I don't know where that is the second best player in the draft. A couple other pitchers that I found that I've liked later are Alan Land, who looks to be a high overall, maybe not quite as big of potential. This would be more of probably a third round targets. Just, you know, a high floor, maybe low ceiling pitcher. Okay, velocity, looks to maybe have some really good break. And then a guy I really like is Jose Ortiz. Same kind of deal, probably high overall, but lower potential. I mean, it could still be a mid-Bs if it's at the high end, but gonna have great velocity, really good break, good stamina, good walks per 9. That's what I like to see. And then if, you know, the potential's on the high end, that could be a still player, but also very good chance his potential ends up being a C. And so don't have a ton of guys that I've really liked in the draft this year compared to how things were last year, but let's now turn from players we might be getting on the squad later this year towards players that are already on the squad. First item of business before I hop into some minor league games, we'll have a AA and a AAA game here today. Tyler Soderstrom has not been playing well in the majors, so before we play our AAA game, we're going to send Tyler Soderstrom there. He had really good spring training, so he got the call up to start the year. We'll bring Jake Rogers back up. Still heavily invested in the development of Tyler Soderstrom. High B potential. Gonna be, I think, a good hitting catcher. I don't know if he'll ever be a great defender, but I'm invested in his future and want to make sure he is in a spot to succeed and increase those ratings. And maybe he needs an extra year in AAA. Might even not even spend the rest of this year in AAA, but I think for the time being, at least, this is the best spot for him. A pitcher that I haven't seen in this franchise yet, I don't think. Maybe we did in year 1, but I don't remember. It is Luis Medina. He's a B potential pitcher that I wanted to get a good look at here with our AAA game. We will start with the ground outs. Luke Waddle will throw out the leadoff man. Cooper Hummel gets a hold of this one, and Luke Waddle ranges deep into center field to snag it. A couple of nice defensive plays at shortstop to start the first inning for the Aviators, and then CJ Abrams will swing and miss the low changeup. Nice stuff from Medina in the first inning. Taking down the Aces 1, 2, 3. Luke Waddle will also lead off for us. This one he will get under. It should be an easy play made at second. It will be. Bringing up Robert Poisson, somebody that I'm very excited for the future in this franchise. Don't think he's ever going to be, a foundation level player, but I think he will certainly be in the mix in the next couple of years for us. Tyler Soderstrom will go down swinging to end the first for us. Naquin will reach via walk on the other side. Bringing up Dominic Canzone, who just pegs Luis Medina right in the leg. No play can be made. So now runners in first and second. No outs for the Aces. Fletcher lifts this one into center. The play is made by Eduardo Silva, holding the runners at first and second, and we're a double play away from getting out of this inning. Austin Nola will get it over to Zach Geloff to get to Dermis Garcia to end the inning. So we get out of the second. It was a little bit dangerous there, but we'll get out without a problem. Dermis Garcia will lift this one into foul territory. Nice play over in right field to track that one down. Bringing up Jordan Diaz under this high fastball. And neither team able to bring across any runs through 2 in this one. Medina pitching here in the third. And Monty Harrison nearly gets himself extra bases there, but Capel able to track that one down. And the order will flip over for the Aces, and Ryan Bliss swinging at another low changeup. That's been good for a couple strikeouts already in this game. Cooper Hummel will reach. Robert Poisson just couldn't quite get to that one. Not that that's on him by any means. That would have been a tough play to come up with. Abrams will hit this one into foul territory. Zach Geloff gets the out, and that's a third shutout inning for Medina to start this one. I've been pretty impressed with what I saw through the first 3 with him. Devin Foyle finally gets on base for the Aviators in the third. Somebody had to do it for us. Zach Geloff lifts this into center field. It'll touch down, and now we have a man on first and second with no outs here in the third. Much like the Aces did in the second, but can we actually bring somebody across unlike they did? Capel deep into right field. It will be caught, but that should be taggable from second to third, and we are a fly ball away from bringing home the first run. And Luke Waddle come up with it. It'll be a short chopper to the pitcher. He throws to the catcher, but Foyle is safe. So the Aviators will bring across a run for the first time in this game. Poisson able to avoid the double play, but it will be a fielder's choice, bringing up Tyler Soderstrom. And he get a nice hit in here. Got good contact on it, but just not able to find the gap over there in left field, so we'll settle for 1. At the bottom of the third, top of the fourth now, Tyler Naquin will ground out to start it. 3-2 pitch. They will not say he went. The changeup low had been working. Can't quite get the swing on that one, but we were close. Fletcher will line this out to Zach Geloff for the second out of the fourth. Bringing up the 7-hitter, and the slider inside will get the swing. Medina gets another shutout inning. Eduardo Silva will go 0 for 2 now here, bottom of the fourth on the 2-2 pitch. Jordan Diaz, he's swinging early on the 0-0 pitch. but it will be a grounder and a quiet fourth for the Aviators after getting their first run across an inning earlier. Poisson able to grab the liner here now in the 5th inning. Luis Medina. His pitch count was getting a little bit up there. His control's not the best. But I feel like a lot of his misses were balls rather than, you know, pitches right over the plate, which is why we're seeing no runs for the Aces. I feel like did a good job in this start of staying around the edge of the strike zone, as he will pick up a strikeout to end the 5th. Can we extend our lead here in the 5th? Evan Foyle gets a hold of that one out to center field, but cannot get it in that in-between area between the infield and the outfield. Geloff, that inside fastball will get him swinging. A nicely located pitch by Chad Patrick, who looks to go through 5 innings here, and he will do it as Capel will fly out to center field. Low scoring, defensive, and pitching battle here in this one. I feel like that happens very often when we come in and play in the minor leagues. We had a more entertaining game just early. I think it was earlier this year, or maybe it was the last time we did the minors last year. But most of the game seems to be very low scoring in the minors. I think maybe the show could you know, use a change in that area. Maybe a little bit more exciting games in the minor leagues would make me want to play them more often. But Medina makes it through 6, still without allowing a run for the Reno Aces. Waddle lifts this into right field. That's going to touchdown, and that will be extra bases. No out double for Waddle puts us in a good position to score our 2nd run of this game. Speaking of offense, able to find some there. First time we've been able to get an extra base hit in this game. Poisson lifts this into left field. It doesn't quite have the power. His power ratings aren't anything exceptional. For sure, more of a contact hitter. Tyler Soderstrom can hit for power, though. This one goes right to the center fielder. And that wasn't the smartest tag up for me. That won't be the last time you'll see that in this episode, but you know, a tag with 2 outs is really nothing that I should be doing. And with hindsight being 2020, I do recognize that now, but in the moment I thought it was a good idea, and it clearly wasn't. Eric Ullman would come and relieve Luis Medina in the 7th, gets a strikeout there after allowing the walk on the previous batter. And this has potential to be the inning closer, and it would end up being just that. Eduardo Silva continues his hitless day with a grounder straight to the shortstop, bringing up Jordan Diaz, who strikes out looking. Very nicely located high fastball on that one. Johnny Huerta would come in the 8th for us. Bliss gets a hold of this one out to left field, but thank you very much. That goes right to Devin Foyle. Easy out. Cooper Hummel lifts this into center field. That will touch down. The tying run is on base. Go ahead run at the plate. 2-2 pitch for C.J. Abrams. That one touches down as well. Capel tracks it down. He'll throw it in, and there will be runners on the corners. Just 1 out. Bunts here. Johnny Huerta able to get the force out at 2nd, and the man did not advance at 3rd, so the bunt is for naught. Runners and corners now 2 outs. Puts us in an opportunity to do something like this and get out of the 8th without allowing a run. I don't know why you wouldn't try to advance there on that bunt, but I don't know baseball, so there's got to be a good reason for it. Hunter Capel with a 2-out double here. will give us an opportunity to extend our lead. And Luke Waddle will do just that with a single up the middle. Capel rounding the base, coming home easily. Doesn't even need to dive, just struts across the plates. And we now have a 2-0 lead. Offense has been very hard to come by in this game. Luke Waddle has been the lone bright spot kind of from the offense today. Wasson would lift this one and that would end the inning for us. But very strong performance from Luke Waddle, really on both sides of the plate. We saw him make a couple of nice plays in the first inning at shortstop. And then a 3-hit day on, you know, a day where our offense only scores 2 runs. That seems like a standout performance to me. Only has C potential, but he is already either at or near 70 overall. He's either like a 69 or a 70. I can't remember. And so could that be a guy that gets a call up at some point in this year? I mean, I was certainly impressed with his performance today as we get a Carlos Liriano save here and come out with a 2-0 victory. Not the most entertaining baseball unless you love pitching. And of course, you're going to really like a shutout, combined shutout from the Aviators. Now let's take a trip down to AA, where the team's been a lot more successful. Our AAA team was sub 500, but our AA team is not. And taking a look at those first 4 hitters, you can see why we're so far above 500 on the year. The lowest average is 299 from our first 4 hitters. So the top of the order is mashing here in AA. Let's see what they can do here. Top of the first, Brian Packard's going to fly out into foul territory. So not the best start, but can Rene Hernandez, who has excellent hitting stats. Can't quite get on base that time, though. Wanted to see an Omar Cannon start. I feel like the first time we watched him play wasn't his best, so I want to give him another opportunity to impress here. He will start with the ground outs, bringing up Tim Tawa, who is going to reach base on a 1-out single into center field. Geraldo Perdomo up next, and he did go on the high fastball. That'll be the first strikeouts of the day for Cannon. Of course, Mark Cannon was one of the players in contention with our 6th-round pick in the first draft. Decided to go elsewhere, got picked up by the Dodgers, but I had to make up for my mistake, traded for him in year 2. And he's got a high ceiling for sure. Alex Angeles, probably my favorite hitting prospect in our minor leagues right now, will fly out to short there. Dan Sable will look at the fastball low and inside. Just like that, we've got 2 outs here, top of the 2nd. But Calder already able to get on base with the 2-out single, or Aldret. Still haven't decided what his, or still haven't found out what his name is. I don't even know if he's a real player or if he's a generated player. So if he's generated, it's Aldretti, because I think that sounds cool as hell. Anyway, bottom 2nd, Omar Cannon will allow another hit right up the middle. Now, man on first with no outs here, bringing up Pedro Severino. This could be a double play, and there you have it. 4-6-3. Get in the 2 outs there. Cooper Bowman there initiated that one, and then a slider low will get the swing from Cook. So a lot of shutout innings now in the minor leagues. We've now seen 11 straight. Can we keep it going? Order will flip over for the Rockhounds here, as we now have a man in scoring position with 1 out. Bryant Packard gets a nice hold of this one. Unfortunately, it goes right to the right fielder. I mentioned ill-advised tag would not be something you saw just once today. You get to see it again. Omar Cannon will allow a walk on a Vulcan change just below the zone there. This will be swung at under the zone, and another 4-6-3 will get 2 outs on the Sod Poodles. Couple of nice ground ball pitches here from Cannon. I feel like overall Cannon was better today than the first time we saw him. I definitely have seen his development. The thing with him, as we see right here, a pitch over the middle that was crushed a little bit, but not enough. But like his misses were over the plates. And the fact that he's gone 3 shutout innings, we're a little bit lucky that some of these, misses weren't hits. Speaking of hits, though, Alex Onkelis gets this one into right field. And it will be a stand-up double with 1 out. We got a good opportunity to get our first run. Another start of, 0-0 deep into the ball game. Not a lot of offense being shown here in the minors. Dan Sable has an opportunity to bring home a run. This one will be stopped by the shortstop. Cannot make the throw. But now a double play is in the realm of possibility. Aldretti here will instead fly out deep to right. Alex Onkelis doesn't have the best speed, but we will tag him, and he is safe. So Aldretti picks up the RBI in the top of the 4th inning to break the seal off of this one. And then a nice pitch high and inside gets me to chase and the inning. Omar Cannon gets a strikeout on the low changeup. I felt like that pitch was working for both of our guys, Luis Medina and Omar Cannon, in this game. That's a beautifully located fastball. Not exactly where I put it, as you saw, but I mean, just as good of a location. Cooper Bowman will reach via walk. Always love these little animations where he starts to run the first base. Dude, it's called a walk, my guy. All right, Irabel Onkelis gets a hold of one. That's going to hit the gap, hit the wall, and we've got a man going home. No throw will be made, so an RBI double for Irabel Onkelis. Of course, he being part of the top of the order, has been raking this year. Rene Hernandez, I typically hit really well with him, it feels like, when I come in, at least for average, but he's not having his best day here. Omar Cannon, though, continues to impress. Again, apart from his occasional misses over the plates, like right there, that was supposed to be a lot more painting the edges of the zone. Very hittable pitch, but still got the swing and the miss on it, so I guess we'll take it. A 5th shutout inning for Cannon. Our starters are not allowing any runs. In this one, Alex Onkelis got a double last time up to the plate, and he looks to get another one as this one's now into left field. That will be run down, but another stand-up double for Onkelis, my favorite hitting prospect on the team, in the organization, I should say, as a whole, is doing well in a game where, again, the offense isn't anything crazy. Brett Harris will ground out to end of the 6th. Cannot get Onkelis across home this time around. The thing about Cannon is he has a chance to go very deep in this game, as his pitch count remains quite low with 2 outs here in the 6th. He has not yet reached 60 pitches, but he will allow a single there to extend his inning a little bit. Now with 62 pitches, that will be a swing and a miss again. I feel like he got pretty lucky considering how often he was missing over the plate in this game. but a 6th shutout inning for Cannon. Austin Beck will fly out to right field. Enrique is able to track that one. Flipping over the order for the Rockhounds, Yuribel Angeles gets a hold of this one to left field. Got a hit over in that area earlier in the game, but that one can't quite find the gap. Cooper Bowman with a nice rangy play over there at second base. And with 2 outs, 1-1 pitch over into foul territory, a 7th inning for Cannon. Maybe a little bit lucky, but he has been doing a good job of ending innings in a good amount of pitches, allowing him to stay in the game. Finally, Rene Hernandez gets a hit. Whoa, that's thrown out at second. I thought it was an easy single, but what a play made at left field to throw out the man at second. Now with 1 out, Alex Angeles has doubled in each of his last 2 at-bats, but a nice play at first base to find the tag and will ground into a double play in his 4th plate appearance. Pedro Severino gets a hold of this one in the right field. Cannot quite leave the park, but it will be a no-out double. Now the Sod Poodles looking to score the first run we've allowed in either of the 2 games. And, oh, man, Omar Cannon got absolutely beamed. Beautiful play by Alex Angeles to go out and get the out there, but Omar Cannon needs a moment after getting pelted by that ball. He would end up being okay. No need to come out. Wanted to try to maybe get a full game out of him. 2 outs here, bottom of the 8th. This one is hit well into right field. It will get down and score a run. So now that the complete game shutout was off the table, decided it was time to let Omar Cannon's day be done. Maybe let him rest from getting beamed. Also give us a chance to see at least a little bit of Garrett Dennis, as he has a nice slider there for the strikeout. To end the 8th for us, Brett Harris with 2 outs, top of the 9th will get a hit out to left field and get himself in scoring position. Would obviously love an extra insurance run to make life easier on Gilberto Vasquez here. It's Cooper Bowman will fly out to left field. We will not get that insurance run. Gilberto Vasquez has just a 1-run lead to play with here. He will get a strikeout to start the inning. Tim Tawa did go around according to the first base judge, but Geraldo Perdomo will get on base, and now the go-ahead run is at the plate. Cannot allow a home run. What a beautiful curveball to get the 2nd strikeout of the inning. That's a nasty pitch by Gilberto Vasquez. So nice, you gotta see it twice. Gets the swing and the miss. And then 3-1 pitch. Lifted deep to center field. This could score a run, but it's tracked down, thankfully, and the Rockhounds will get a victory. A couple of low-scoring victories in this one for our minor league teams. Again, that just seems to be the trend in this game, particularly if you do CPU versus CPU like I was doing in year 1. We've gone that direction far less here as we've gone into the series. I've kind of learned how to play the game a little bit, and I've had a lot of fun playing it. But some nice pitching performances for sure. 8 strikeouts for Cannon on the day. And the AA team is looking quite good. Up in the majors, we would finish the month of May 31-26. So a nice finish to the month for sure, with a bit of momentum. And that puts us in 2nd place in the division, just a half game back from the Astros. And taking a look at our injured list, only Freddie Tarnok got injured in that time, or at least for a sustained period of time. I think we got a couple like day-to-day injuries where a guy maybe missed a couple of games, but looking forward to June, getting a lot more information on the draft, which will be coming up soon in just a couple episodes, I'm sure. That's all I have for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back soon with another, and I will see you then.